Alright everybody, welcome back to another product unboxing. Well, really, there's no box. Actually, yes, these books did come in a box today, even though it's a day late. Thanks, Amazon, for your goof up. You are the logistical overlord of the world, and how do you goof that up? I mean, seriously. Bring me that person's head on a pike! No, I'm just kidding. I'm sure Paizo probably thinks that. But anyway, in this video, we're going to be taking a look at the new Pathfinder 2nd Edition playtest stuff. I'm really looking forward to the new playtest stuff and the new playtest material. And I actually pre-ordered this the day that it became available months ago on the Paizo website. I'm sure that you could probably buy this stuff now if you're... Ooh, knocked my camera around. If you're one of the latecomers to 2.0, I'm sure you can probably buy it at a massively gouged price now on Amazon or eBay, because these things are not available anymore. These were only available for pre-order for a little bit of time. I actually bought the nice limited collector's edition. This was $59.99, and I know that seems like a lot for a playtest book, but I mean it's leather bound. It's got it looks like it's got like a little bookmark in here, and the ends of the pages aren't glossy or anything like the gold like on like a Dragon Age or something. But yeah, it was $60. There's also a soft cover, which was, I believe, $30 or so. I didn't buy the soft cover. Then there's also the new playtest adventure. It's called Doomsday Dawn. I haven't even opened these up, but I saw that though. That's nice. Looks like it's bigger than a... Oh wow, and then I have art. And so it looks like this adventure is 95 pages. I think there's 6 parts to it. I'm going to be running that for some players. We're definitely going to be playtesting this. And this was $25. I think it was $24.99 on the Paizo website. And then I'm an avid flip mat collector. I love these. This is a multi-pack. This has 4 maps, which are 2 double-sideds, 1-inch grids, and looks like there's 2. We'll take a look. Looks like there's different types of terrain as well, which is cool. And I'll flatten those out and put them under my bricks and compressed board that I flatten all my maps out at. So, well, with so. Let's take a look at these. Let's take a look at these books, shall we? Now, I've already had a look at the PDF because you also, are able to download the PDFs for free. Doomsday Dawn was also $24.99 too. I remember that. So it was like $109 for this. I got 15% off because I have the Starfinder subscriptions and the Pathfinder flip mat. Well, the Pathfinder map subscription. So when you have 4 subscriptions or more, you get a 15% discount on anything that you buy from the Paizo website. Paizo products, of course, and also 15% off on all of your subscriptions. And you also get like free Starfinder Society. So that's really nice. So we'll take a look at the Doomsday Dawn, and at the end of this video, this will probably end up being a pretty long video because I am literally going to show every single page of all 3 of these materials at the end of the video. It will be time-lapsed, and there will be some nice music and stuff like that, but you don't have to watch it. I'm just going to talk about the books, and then at the end, after I'm done talking, then you guys will be able to take a look at all the pages. So, and it'll be in PDF format to where you'll be able to see, the really nice high digital quality. So here we go. Here's the Doomsday Dawn locations. It looks like this is the part of the Inner Sea. My Pathfinder lore, I could be failing my history check here, but I believe this is part of the Inner Sea, if I'm not mistaken, because I remember this vortex on the map. That's one thing that I didn't play a lot of Pathfinder, I'll be honest with you, because of it, the whole rule set. And yes, there were rules for everything, and that's why I really didn't take to it. And 3.5 for that fact, because I'm more of a rule-light person. But I know that since I've looked at all of the content, yeah, there's definitely a lot less rules now in Pathfinder. It mimics Starfinder a lot of the rules do. And I like that there's no more 2 full pages of different ways of attacks of opportunity, and I think there's only 2 ways to take an attack of opportunity now, like it is in Starfinder, or 3 ways. So I'm really loving that. So yeah, it looks like there's 6 parts of the adventure, and I mean, even though this is playtest material, I mean, look at the quality of this. I mean, this is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, it's got art. You know, it's got your adventure background. It's got all your tabs. Starfinder does this too with their APs. I'm pretty sure. I have all the APs, but I also use this for Fantasy Grounds. And also, folks, you'll be able to pick up the Pathfinder 2nd Edition playtest rule set for free on fantasygrounds.com. It should be released hopefully by the end of, well, actually here in a couple weeks. There will be character creation. Everything is going to be automated. It's going to have a character creation wizard. We just had on Fantasy Grounds Fridays, Trenlo, the creator of the rule set, he showed off a bunch of it today, and I'll also put a link to that video as well, to where you can check out the new Pathfinder 2nd Edition rule set. It is playtest, and it's going to be bare bones at first, but Trenlo is going to do updates every couple of days and adding more content to it. So I'm really looking forward to using it, and I'm looking forward to running this Doomsday Dawn as well. So yeah, look at that. There's one of the maps. Paizo, they always put together a beautiful product. I mean, they really do, with art and just the way that everything is put together. Like the goblins are a little bit greener now. It looks like their ears are sagging a little bit more. But I've always loved the way that goblins look in Pathfinder, and I love the goblin song. And yeah, I mean, this is just nice. There's still tons of art. I think these are part of the maps and stuff. So it looks like there's plenty of encounters. Man, I'm getting high just smelling this book. It's like the ink is still wet. I'm going to be honest with you guys. One thing that really kind of turned me off with Pathfinder 1st Edition was the way that the monsters were set up. And from what I remember in the bestiary was, you had to look up a lot of their powers. And what I liked about 4th edition, 5th edition, and a lot of other games out there was all of the information for your NPCs or your villains were right there. And I felt that it just kind of slowed the game down, in Pathfinder. And I think they kind of changed that later on. But what I really like about 2nd edition is all of the information is right here. So you have your little icons for your actions now in Pathfinder 2nd edition. You get 3 actions, and if you want to use 3 attacks in one round with 1 action per attack, you can do that. Your movement is 1 action. I mean, it's pretty insane the way that they've got it set up, and character creation is so robust. Lots of choices. They've made it to where you're going to have like a resolve point type of mechanic like in Starfinder, to where your pure healing classes and your perfect trinity setup of a group, and carrying around 1,000 cure light wound wands just aren't necessary anymore. And I really like that with 2nd edition so far, and I love the way that the monster stat blocks are now, and everything is there. You don't have to look up anything anymore. It's simply amazing, and it has all of their actions if it costs 1 action, 2 actions, or 3 actions, and attacks of opportunity are totally different in Pathfinder now, to where everybody doesn't get an attack of opportunity. Like monsters, if they get an attack of opportunity, they'll have the attack of opportunity symbol there. And all classes too. When you create a character, I'm pretty sure, I think the fighter is the only class that gets an attack of opportunity. But I think you can buy feats and stuff that will add it. So I'm not 100% sure on that, but I know that all classes do not start with attacks of opportunity, which I think that's awesome. And it makes sense. Some classes just wouldn't have that type of skill to get an attack of opportunity. when a monster's withdrawing, and I really like that. But it has everything. It has all of this is a typical type of AP book. All of the flavor text and all kinds of special NPCs, and this also uses the when you'll see here's this creature, a Labar or a Randwick. All of those creatures will be here in the Pathfinder Playtest core book. This thing is like 450 some pages, so there's a lot of content in there, and the bestiary is actually a separate PDF in the playtest, if I'm not mistaken. I think I saw it as a separate PDF. But yeah, here's all the different, and I think it tells you if there's any kind of like special maps that you'll need from any of the map packs. Here's like a letter that you can kind of cut out, put in digitally, and share to your players, or just kind of fold the book or put a piece of paper over it or whatever. So here, I think these little icons are what type of encounters are coming up and stuff. I could be wrong, but yeah, the book is really nicely organized. It looks really nicely organized for DMs. It has all your flavor text. It has all of your DC checks. They're in bold, so I really like that. I love the art, and like I said, I love how this 9th level creature, Ilvaresh, this NPC. I love how everything is basically it's displayed for you as a DM. This is going to make running Pathfinder so much easier for running out of a book. And I know that there were a lot of tools that would have everything in there, but this is nice. So here's other flip mats and stuff that they've had previously. So they're utilizing all of their content, which is really nice. So we'll kind of speed it up a little bit. Yeah, this stuff looks really good. Looks like a dragonkin or something like that. Looks like it's got some undead, some mummies. I think this is the last chapter. Here's another map that's in the map pack, I think. Yeah, I love the stat block, so I can't. That was like the first thing that I really checked. Looks like this is the last chapter. Adventure's really nicely put together, though. I mean, it's high quality. It's not like it's all in color. It's not like they just put together something in black and white and just said, let's just get this out the door. This is really nicely done. This is really nicely planned out, and the layout is just absolutely beautiful. And this is all new art. I mean, I have looked at a lot of the Pathfinder stuff, and this looks like new art to me. So then there's a hex on the back. Why is there a hex grid on here? No, I'm just kidding. So that's the Doomsday Dawn. It looks really good. Can't wait to dive in. Here's the Pathfinder flip mats. These are for the Doomsday Dawn adventure, but you can use these for any game that you want. You don't have to use them for just Doomsday Dawn. So these are dry erasable. There's 2 double-sideds, and here you go. Yeah, here's wow, nice quality, man. These are beautiful, high gloss, dry erase. I'm not going to open up all of these. I mean, these are just nice. Yeah, these are the maps that I remember seeing in the adventure. I'll also have these at the end of the video as well, so you'll be able to take a look at these. And these looks like 6x2. Yeah, or actually, wow, it looks like these are, wow, this is just absolutely stunning, man. These are 3x3, so 1-inch grids. I love it. These look great. These are gonna work great in a lot of other games that I'm going to be running around the table too. I'm just not going to use them for Doomsday Dawn. So take advantage of these. If you get these, use them in other games. You just don't have to use it for Pathfinder. Because most companies don't put out all the different packs of maps like what Paizo does. So let's put these aside. Take a look at the rulebook. Really nicely done. Looks like the spine has like a cloth strip on there. Hopefully this won't fall apart like some players' handbooks that I've had. Actually, 7 players' handbooks. I'm on my 7th player's handbook, in a particular game, and they've all fell apart, and then I've always spiral bound them and given them out to the viewers. So nice letter bound though, really nice. $60, little leaflet that came in there. Yeah, look at this. This is really nice. All color. Has a nice table of contents. Not going to go through every single thing, but that's why I'm going to have everything on digital. So there's the new character sheet. Really like it. It doesn't look like the character sheet's going to be 10 pages anymore. That was another thing that I was like, whoa, these character folios are crazy. And the Starfinder character folios are crazy too. They're like 10 pages. So here's a character creation. This is what we'll take a look at. It has everything in steps. Fantasy Grounds is also going to utilize these 8 steps for creating a character, and there will be a character creation wizard, which is going to be great. Looks like there's 9 steps. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to using this on Fantasy Grounds. So with the lighting and stuff, you guys won't, be able to see a lot of this, but I just want to show you guys, another great thing about Pathfinder 2nd Edition is the way that feats now are, well, there were feats for races in 1st Edition too, but I like how they're all level based, and you get X amount of feats at this level and that level. So, and all of the races have a bunch of feats. So that's just even that much more ways to basically customize your character. Another awesome thing, you can actually now play a goblin. I guess that was probably so requested, and I guess there was so much call to play a goblin that you can actually play a goblin now. And I'm happy because I play a goblin in D&D 5e, and I will definitely be playing a goblin paladin in Pathfinder. So they've got a nice selection of races, and as you can see, every race has a lot of feats that you can choose from. Even the way that they've divided up the human now with like half elves and half orcs and stuff like that, and all of the human ancestry you can take with those races. So that's part of the half elf and half human type of race. So here's all kinds of backgrounds. There's all of the languages, and I like how everything is in its own kind of like category with a big, big title, big font at the top. They've added in the Alchemist. I've read a lot of the articles that they were putting out every day on the Paizo site too, and I really like the way that they put the classes together. And it looks like the Alchemist has now made it to the core of the classes, which is I think it was in the Advanced Player's Guide with like the Ninja and the Gunslinger and Magus and stuff like that. So yeah, I just love the setup. I was looking at the PDF, and I'm sure the Alchemist is going to be a heavily played class in Pathfinder 2. And of course it has all of your starting key abilities and starting hit points, and your race gives you hit points as well. And I believe a fighter will start with about 23, 25 hit points depending on the race that you choose. So yeah, it's going to be pretty good. There's going to be big numbers in Pathfinder, of course. So any kind of like Pathfinder 3.5, 4th edition, Starfinder, big numbers are good. People love to see lots of damage, stuff like that. So a lot of the mechanics have changed too for combat. They got rid of basic attack bonus, or your BAB, which now is it goes on your proficiency level, which there's 4 tiers of proficiency, either 4 or 5 tiers of proficiency. So that's nice. You'll get your baseline stuff, which every level you'll get some stuff. Not every level, but just about every level you'll get some stuff for each class. And then at first level, here's all your alchemy. Here's all your alchemy feats for your feats for your alchemist. Here's 4th level feats, 6th level feats. So that's really nice. So there's class feats now, and then there's regular feats. So you're going to get to choose your class feats, and then you're going to get to choose from the regular feats too. So there's going to be so much character customization, with the Pathfinder classes, which is really nice. And as you can see, Pathfinder 2nd Edition goes up to 20th level, and every class has the same type of spread. Baseline stuff, And then you got your different levels of barbarian feats. And they're all different. Like the Alchemist is first and then fourth. The Barbarian is like first, second, and then fourth. So every class will be a little bit different. And I like the art that they've done. I mean, they've literally... And I remember watching on the Paizo stream yesterday on opening day of Gen Con, they were talking about how they wanted to change all of the art for their iconic heroes. So I like that. And although I did like the art before, I do like in this playtest, you know, with the nice colored border and the colors that they've used, I like how the art isn't totally colored in. I like that look to where it's, you know, it matches the rest of the book. But of course, I'm sure there's probably color art in here. But yeah, a lot of people love the Bard. Here's all the Bard stuff. I mean, and it just goes on and on. Every class is just so robust with everything that you can do. So I mean, it's just massive. And then every single class has an advancement. For instance, this is the monk advancement. So at level 2, you'll get to choose a monk feat and then a skill feat. So you'll get two feats basically, you know, at level 2. So there's a Paladin. I'm really looking forward to playing the Paladin. I just want to check the Paladin out. I'll be doing that later tonight because I plan on running a Goblin Paladin as an NPC in the game when I run it. So yeah. So there's you know, there's all of the now skills. Skills is another thing that was really daunting in first edition. There were, I think, 59 skills in first edition. They've narrowed it down big time. It looks like there's they've rolled a bunch up into like thievery, stealth, all that stuff is now just thievery. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So it looks like there's like 17 skills now. But there's a lot of, you know, the intelligence knowledge stuff. So there's going to be more of those. But it looks like they've really streamlined down all of the skills. And what I really like about the skills and the signature skills are now that there are actions that you can do. You know, like for acrobatics, there's a 1 action cost balance, a 1 action cost escape, or grab edge, or maintain balance, or tumble through, or squeeze, maneuver in a fight. I like that stuff. I really like how they're expanding on just a regular boring skill check. Okay, give me an acrobatics tumble. Now you can actually do this stuff in like a combat situation, and you know, like you can see that here, high jump for athletics, I'm sure. Yeah, athletics. It costs 2 action points, so you could do a high jump in combat. And it tells you everything when you're successful. A critical success, I believe a critical success is either 5 or 10 over the success. So it'll tell you what a critical success does. It'll tell you what a failure is. And then the critical failure is like either 5 or 10 below the target number. And yeah, it's really awesome. I love the way that they have the skills set up. You know, they've got crafting in the playtest, and Pathfinder. I did love the crafting in Pathfinder. I did like that, and then there's some colored art as well. But this looks so good, and you know the skills are you know, something that I really loved reading about when I had early access to everything. So here's your general feats. There's tons and tons of general feats like there is in Pathfinder. There's thousands of feats probably. And in the playtest book, there are, looks like probably at least 100 feats. And, you know, these things, they have prerequisites just like they did in first edition. Some of them are, you know, probably going to be, yeah, it looks like they're all level-based as well. So Battle Cry looks like a 7th level. A lot of other feats are 1st level. And there's just pages and pages and pages and pages of feats. And you can see here, some of the feats actually have action costs as well. Equipment, I'm really excited about the equipment as well because, you know, everybody that loved to play a dwarf could carry 100,000 pounds of equipment, have no type of like encumbrance, negative modifier, and they could literally carry a castle and the kitchen sink. So what I've liked about Pathfinder Playtest 2nd Edition is they've mimicked Starfinder, which Starfinder has a bulk system, and now the Playtest 2nd Edition has bulk. So encumbrances is in check a lot more. So when you have your armor and your weapon, that's pretty much going to be a lot of the stuff that you can carry, especially if you're wearing like heavy armors and they have like a 10 bulk rating or a 15 bulk rating or whatever it was. In Starfinder, you can carry your modifier and bulk times something or something like that. So looks like Pathfinder 2nd Edition is going to be the same way. There's bulk items, and then there's light bulk items, like a lot of mundane equipment and stuff will have a light, and 10 light bulk items equal 1 bulk. So yeah, there's no more 5,000 encumbrances and stuff like that, even though I'm kind of exaggerating a little bit. But there's a really nice assortment of armor, and there's a massive amount of weapons, which, you know, people love the weapons. I believe they got rid of the confirmation, which I understood that, but I didn't like it. I figure once you hit a 20, you should be rewarded with that, but I know that the reason why that it was like that was because of the weapon ranges, well, the weapon critical ranges. So it looks like they've done away with that. The main currency is now silver pieces instead of gold, but I believe that there is still platinum that is super rare now. But it looks like now silver is the main currency. There's all kinds of simple, martial, simple, ranged, all that stuff. And then there is a ton of weapon traits, just like there are a ton of weapon traits that were in Starfinder. So there's all kinds of traits. You can read them here. There's all kinds of specialization effects that go with the base of the item. And here's a bunch of mundane stuff as well. And then it tells you all of the different, you know, it has a little, you know, sort of like the Ultimate Equipment book was, which I absolutely love the Pathfinder Ultimate Equipment. Even though I didn't play Pathfinder, that was one of the few books that I did own, just because I thought that it was the best equipment book that I'd ever seen in my 30 plus years of playing D&D and everything else. So, yeah, that's a huge thing, and I use that for D&D as well, because there's just not a lot of the special equipment in 5e. So here's all kinds of like I said, here's everything. It talks about items and sizes. Initiative's going to be different now. Here's your spells. Spells are totally different now. You'll notice that every spell has an action point cost. You get 3 action points around. Some spells will take 3 actions to cast. So we'll kind of take a look. There's a lot of spells, guys. There's tons of spells. I'm sure there's tons of other spells that are going to be put out in other supplements. I hope they do Pathfinder 2nd Edition the way that they do Starfinder. I like how Starfinder has put in extra content in the APs. So hopefully the new Pathfinder 2nd Edition APs won't be put down to like 60 pages like Starfinder APs, because right now they're usually about 95 to 100 pages. So, you know, Doomsday Dawn is 95 pages. So hopefully the 2nd Edition will also be 95 plus pages and also have all of the extra content, like new items, new spells, new playable races, new monsters, you know, all new magic items, stuff like that. So, but yeah, as you can see, we'll and you know, more art. Let's take a look at Magic Missile. Everybody's, well, I don't know if Magic Missile's everybody's wizard's favorite spell. I think Fireball. I don't think I've ever met someone playing a wizard that didn't take Fireball when they could. But I could be wrong. I know that there's probably some oddballs out there, but well, let's take a look at Magic Missile. Now, this is pretty much how it's going to work. Now, when you can see that there's 1 action point for casting, but it says that you can heighten it, and you can cast 1 additional missile for every action that you spend. So you get 3 action points. If you just want to stay there and bombard a target, you won't be able to move, which I like that, but you'll be able to cast 3 spells 3 magic missiles and use all three of your actions to bombard something with 3 missiles. So that's pretty cool. And I'm sure there's also some reactionary spells as well. There's a looks like this is an attack of opportunity called Lucky Break. So you can just look at the symbols and you'll be able to tell what type of action this spell will use basically. And I like that. There's some spells that actually take 2, because you can see here, like Sound Burst, it's going to take 1 action for all your somatic casting, and it's going to take another action for your verbal casting. So that's going to cost you 2 actions to cast Sound Burst, and I like that. That's that's really nice. So we'll get out of the spells. Oh, and then here's all kinds of like animal companions, and your animal companions will now have all kinds of action types also, which is pretty cool. So it looks like they've really put a lot of work into it. There's a bunch of deities, and then of course there's the rules of playing the game. They still have these, the large bursts and all the different odd sizes of your, cones and burst and stuff like that. So here's everything, just the basics of the rules of the game, movement, all that stuff. Lots of beautiful art. Looks like, I remember this from Pathfinder. So yeah, it looks like they're using old art, but hey, who cares, man? This is a beautiful book, man. Here's all kinds of rewards, how to reward your players, different environments, all kinds of like ways to do hazards and stuff. Here's a couple, simple and complex, and then you can just modify them. Here's treasure by level, all kinds of magic items in here also. Look at that is just beautiful. This book, 450 some pages, has absolutely everything. Yeah, there you go. There's your magic items. And then here's I think this is the way, I think it has the crafting stuff too. So, and then when you activate the item, it'll take a standard action. And like this, oh wow, Malleus Root Paste takes all 3 actions to use, it looks like, for activation. That's pretty nice. That means that it's probably badass. Shadow Essence, 3. Wyvern Poison, 3 actions. Yeah, that's good stuff right there. Yeah, it talks about, what is this? I think this is this looks like upgrading, oh yeah, this is like upgrading the potency of certain things. And then here's all kinds of different, it looks like upgrades that you can do too. Oh wow. Then here's magic items, talks about all the oils and scrolls. Yeah, look at that. Ah, man. Absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Oh, what is that? Demon armor. Ooh. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I like it. Kind of reminds me of like encounter powers and stuff from, sort of, kind of, from like 4th edition. Got an appendix. There's your, are the monsters in here? I guess the monsters are not in here. I apologize about that, guys. I thought the monsters were in here, but they're not. So there's the glossary. Oh, no way. Are you kidding me? There are pages and pages of traits. I love this appendix 1. Look at this. When you're creating monsters and stuff, these are the different traits that you can put on those creatures. And oh man, look at that. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages of traits. That's exactly what they did in the first Starfinder monster book that they had came out, called the Alien Archive. And they put a whole chapter of like this beautiful creation of monsters. So I'm sure they're probably going to do the same thing for 2nd edition too. And then you have your index here. So yeah, this is a beautiful book, man. I mean, for a playtest book, I mean, sure, it was $60. Who cares? I mean, if you can do it, do it. But you don't have to buy the books, because like I said, you can go to paizo.com and you can download all 3 of these. Well, actually, there's more than 3 PDFs in the complete download on paizo.com. I'll put the link down in the comments section below. you can't order these anymore from Paizo. You'll have to get these. You'll have to actually get these from eBay or Amazon or something. So, but they're not for sale anymore. So there's the rule book was $60. I believe there was a softback for $30. The Doomsday Dawn was $24.99, 95-page adventure, and 2 double-sided maps. As you can see, you get 4 maps. That was also $24.99, and these are beautiful. You don't have to just use these for Doomsday Dawn. Man, use these all over the place in your games, and utilize that stuff. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm excited about the Pathfinder playtest. Super excited about it. I've been super excited about it for months. And download the PDF. Guys, it can't hurt. It's free. If you're not a big Pathfinder fan, and I admit, I'm not a big Pathfinder First Edition fan either. But to all of those out there, give it a try. It's totally free. You can just download it like the D&D Next playtest. There's going to be all kinds of questionnaires and stuff going out. And playtest it. That's all you can do. Read it. And if you like it, give it a try. So thank you guys again for watching. Do you like the new Pathfinder playtest? I want to know down in the comments section. Leave me a comment down there. I'll be replying to these. So I hope you guys are excited as I am about Pathfinder 2nd Edition. And I'll have lots of other videos on Pathfinder as well. And I'll be doing other videos on the differences between 1st and 2nd Edition, similarities, etc. So leave a comment down below, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I've got over 4,000 videos on my YouTube channel. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Check out my Patreon page. It helps support what I do, and it helps continue to put these videos out, and also have a couple of employees that I have now, like a social media expert and also a video editor. So thank you guys so much again. Totally appreciate it. And until next video, happy gaming, and download that Pathfinder playtest. Bye, everybody.